about shares of Tenet Healthcare? That company beating street estimates on earnings and revenue for the second quarter. The stock moving slightly higher right now in overtime, up about 1/3%. But more broadly, the healthcare sector, it's been essentially flat in July. It's the worst performing sector on the month and one of three still negative year to date. That said, our next guest is still finding opportunities in the area. Joining us now is Lux Capital partner Deena Shakir. Deena, great to have you back on the show. I mean, when we lay out the best month or worst month or year to date, that's a much shorter term horizon than how you're thinking about investing in healthcare. I guess break it down for me right now and where you see opportunity.
Absolutely. Great to see you again, Morgan. Thanks for having me. You know, as venture capitalists, our time horizons are a bit longer than folks who are looking at public market or purely growth investments. We look with a 10+ year time horizon, and frankly, there's no better time to be investing in the future of healthcare. We continue to be incredibly excited, and we think this vintage in particular will likely be one of the most successful to come. The combination of some of the incredible achievements we've seen in AI, the incredible breakthrough science on the bio side, as well as much more interest from the major stakeholders in healthcare in partnering with early stage companies makes us really excited.
All right. So what are some specific areas or specific examples of places where you've been making investments that speak to these new innovations?
Yeah, so, you know, one of the areas that we're incredibly excited about is women's health, which is an area that we've deployed over $100 million into, representing a combined value of over $8 billion. And we think this is just the beginning. It's exciting for us for a number of reasons. Of course, the area has been historically radically underinvested in and undervalued. So there continues to be a really exciting opportunity to build value there. And for us, women's health starts at the R&D side. If you take a look at clinical trials, where conditions outside of oncology represent less than 2% of all R&D for those focused on women's health, all the way through care delivery. Women represent not only more than half the population, but more than 80% of the dollars spent in healthcare. And it's actually one of the categories broadly within health, even on the private side, that continues to grow despite all the tailwinds. In fact, we see an over 300% increase in deal activity from 2018 H1 to H1 2023 in women's health versus about 15% more broadly in healthcare. So that's pretty phenomenal.
Deena, good to see you. So why aren't these companies, these health companies, buying startups like they were last year? I mean, Amazon a while back bought One Medical, but they're actually backing off on Halo, their consumer health device area. Their stocks have been underperforming, so maybe that's part of it, but they arguably need innovation, right?
So good to see you again, John. Yes, and I wouldn't say that they aren't. I would say that they aren't right now. I think there's probably some more activity to come, and there's quite a bit going on, certainly on the bio side, with some pretty major acquisitions that pharma companies are making and big bets in this space. I think it's clear if you look at how some of these FANG players have been focusing on AI, that there continues to be quite an interest here with AWS and Google, and even these large legacy healthcare players like Epic really doubling down on AI. I expect that we'll see some much more activity to come.
Yeah, Microsoft did that big buy in the space as well. Deena, thanks for being with us.